Good evening and welcome to another episode of TriRealHard. I'm Nathan and this is my lovely wife Sakura, and tonight Sakura is going to be helping me out with potentially a bit of sewing or getting ready to sew. The reason we're thinking about sewing something is if you've ever looked online for the price of a rando bag or a bag that goes on the front rack of a bike or even the back rack of a bike, panniers, anything like that, they're pretty crazy expensive, especially if you want something specific for the front rack that looks nice. Maybe you're wanting to go for a specific colour scheme like I've been trying to do with this bike. So you may remember from Eric's last update on the Spindatt channel, this 8-bar pizza rack that I got from Santa Fixie. Now this came all the way from the Netherlands and it's around about 30 centimetres wide. So what Sakura's going to be helping me out with, hopefully, probably doing most of the work, and me just struggling to learn how to sew something, trying not to stab myself with a needle. What we're going to be trying to do is sew a unique custom rando bag to go onto this front rack. So in preparation for this, we did order a few samples from eBay, like these things, and we were looking for something waterproof. But basically a lot of them came, and we tried 2 different samples here, but they were too thin. If you look at that, it's pretty much see-through. So we ended up with this one, which is actually a mustard gold, thicker fabric, and once we got the sample for this, if you look at the colour, it's pretty damn close. So we thought that that matched nicely and ordered a massive bag of it. So we've got 1 metre of mustard gold and 1 metre of black. So with that, we're going to try and make something that's going to work on the front rack. We don't have any of the clips, zips, anything like that. And our son currently has COVID, so we can't really go anywhere, or we don't feel like we should be going anywhere, doing any shopping. So what we're going to do is take an old sleeping bag that's got a hole in the bottom of it, and we're going to unpick these straps that are used to tighten the sleeping bag down, and try and use these straps. That one didn't work. Try and use these straps to tighten it onto the front of the rack. So that's what we're going to do for tightening down. Also we've got this old holdall, which Japanese people call a Boston bag. Oh. But yeah, basically it's a holdall, and you'd probably call it something different in America anyway. Maybe it is a Boston bag in America. We're going to try and cut the bottom off this. It's got some like rubberized spiky feet to it, which hopefully will sit firmly on the rack. Yeah, and then we're going to take the inside out of this. Yeah, and the bottom has got like a piece of cardboard in it to keep it firm. But yeah, that came out of the inside of this bag. So this bag also has one pocket that's got like a perforated mesh in one side, which I don't really want to use because it'll get wet, but maybe we could think about using this side zip, depending on Sakura's skills. So I'm trying to make use of every resource available to me, and Sakura actually has a cool Etsy shop where she sells scrunchies, XL scrunchies, and really unique baby clothes like that are Japanese inspired. Like little onesie type things.
Kimono rompers.
Kimono rompers, there you go. So, she's running to get some more. And kimono rompers like this. So I'll put a link in the description to Sakura's Etsy store, and also put a few of her products up on screen now so you can see what kind of things she makes. But obviously we're going to use her sewing skills to try and make this bag. Sakura's got a normal sewing machine and a overlocker sewing machine.
What they call serger in America?
Serger. Apparently you call it a serger in America. But Saku's never made anything like a bag really before, or tried to work with
The
waterproof.
fabric.
Yeah, waterproof fabric. So that's all new to both of us, and I've never tried to use a sewing machine ever. I once made a outfit for our son, and he was meant to look like a caveman, and he ended up looking like a cow. So I'll put a photo of that lovely bit of sewing that I did. But yeah, Saku went out to work one night and left me in the predicament of having to make something for the next day for Martha to wear so he could dress as a caveman. But that outfit now doubles up as a cow if school ever want
Animal concept.
an animal to come. Yeah. Okay, so I think the first thing we're going to do is try and unpick everything. So unpick these straps. What's this?
So unpick needle.
Okay. So it's an unpicking needle. Try and focus. So we've got this needle for unpicking all of the threads and stitches that are currently on the bag. So we're going to try and get this piece out, are we?
Yeah.
Try and get the strap off in case we want to have a shoulder strap. Trying
Do you
to
want to take the zip off?
I don't know, I was wondering whether we just take the whole pocket off. It's up to there.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's a work in progress. So before Saku makes me put the bike back in the conservatory out of the living room, I'm just going to show you this fabric that we've got. Let's open it up and see if they've sent the right stuff in there. So there we go. We've got lots of this mustard and mustard gold and black waterproof fabric, and looking at it against the saddle there, it looks perfect. So
Good choice.
I think we'll just play a bit of music because we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah, maybe fast forward once we're finished.
Fast forward to when we've finished. Actually, there's one more thing that I do want to show you. So I don't know if you can see here, but I got an envelope in the post this week from Canada. I don't really get much from Canada, so it's pretty obvious what it is. But if we slide this out, then we've got the Every Bike is a Good Time stickers there, and on this bike, I think on the seat tube, I'm going to be probably putting this one, which has got like a skeleton on it, which I think is super cool. They've kind of got this mirrored effect when you move them back and forth, and the background like reflects in a different colour depending on which sticker it is. So this one seems to be more like a blue and a purple. But yeah, this one with the skeleton seems to be more of a yellowy colour, so I think that'll be cool on the bike. But also from the Spindatt shop, I ordered 2 patches, and they came together with the stickers and a funny little drawing. Have you seen this, Sakura?
Oh, that's so cute!
Thanks for being rad. So Eric sent this with thanks for being rad and a little picture of
Wolf, maybe.
Picture of a wolf riding a bike. It might be Eric's border collie, but it looks more like a wolf on a bike, but it's pretty sick. It's got some drawing skills, better than me anyway, that's for sure. So it just says thanks for being rad, Spinner. So it's always cool to get these little hand-drawn pictures that Eric puts in. So originally I was going to put these Spindatt patches on these hats that I managed to get from a local supermarket here for £2, reduced from £8. So they'll be pretty cool there. But these hats are far too big for my head and they don't suit me. So Saku is gonna probably make herself a hat because she quite likes these hats, don't you? Mm. But I am going to put my patch on the rando bag that we're gonna make. So I think that'll look cool because, yeah, I'll show you now, but these hats look pretty silly on me. Maybe not as bad as I thought, but I still look a bit of a dog. So yeah, we'll leave those hats for Saku, and yeah, looking forward to putting a patch on the bag. Okay, the bike's going to go away and we're going to start picking away at stitches. Have you got another one of those needles? Okay, Saku's got another needle so I can help. Big stitches on yours, aren't they?
It's a big bag, that's why. There you go. The bottom panel. Bottom panel come off.
Yay!
Look at this. Now we can check whether this bottom one. Oh, let's get on this side. There you go. Look. Look.
That looks like a decent size to me.
I think it's perfect because it's still got seam allowance.
Allowance.
And then it will get slightly about a centimetre or half.
We can make it a bit smaller if we want to, can't we?
Yeah, I think it's.
We can just move it in slightly at the edges.
Wide wise, it's slightly shorter anyway than rack.
The depth, you mean?
Depth, also.
Yeah. So Sakura has managed to unpick the bottom of the holdall, or the big shoulder bag that we had, and now we have that, and that is fitting quite nicely over the top of the rack here in terms of size. I have been working at this sleeping bag case, which still seems to just about work as a sleeping bag case, even though I've made loads of holes in it, and I've got all these straps off, and also these sort of fixings for tightening it down. They seem to have all come off fairly well. We've also got a shoulder strap here that we can use. Oh, we need to take the shoulder strap fittings off that, don't we?
Shoulder.
You know, these things that clip the shoulder strap in.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
But we're getting a bit ambitious, aren't we now? We've started to talk about.
I wasn't. You are. He started adding project on the project.
I am adding projects to the project. So yeah, we've got my laptop here now, and we're thinking potentially, could we create a laptop pocket in one side of it, just to keep a laptop safer when you're traveling. So if you say that this is the side, Saku's now thinking that she's gonna
add a tiny little pocket in there. So the pocket will be slightly longer than this, but gonna be the same size, and it got a little depth underneath, and then it will go like that. Just the idea.
So we're basically going to create another a pocket using another piece of material sewn onto the side of the bag before we connect the side to the bottom.
Yeah.
Cool. Ambitious. Can you do it?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, it's like, do you know the paper dice the way you make paper bags. You have square, 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 and the 2 square on the side.
Yeah, so you like create the pattern before you cut it out.
We join all the individual pieces together because it's a rectangular box-ish bag.
Yeah.
So individual piece all together, one next to each other. So like you sew 4 pieces together that are gonna go round and they go to the front.
So we're basically like creating loads of rectangles to sew together that's gonna then fold over the top in the right way.
Yeah.
Got you. That's the plan. Watch this space. So what are you doing now? You're taking these clips off.
Clips off, and then try to take this whole side bag off.
The whole side pocket to see.
Side pocket with the, still keep the zip on.
See if we can use that one.
See if I can do that.
What can I do?
Sorry.
Ooh, laptop smashed onto the right. That's what we're trying to prevent by creating a pocket inside the bag. Anyway, I think we made some progress for one night, haven't we?
Yeah. Very sleepy.
So in the way that I've grown to understand bikes, it's quite amazing that my wife understands the way that sewing works in very much the same way. For example, this clip that you attach a shoulder strap to, looking at it for me, I had no idea how something that strong is attached onto the bag. But when you look at it really closely, it's just a long, thin strip of material that's been sewn with an X and a box around it, which Sakura explained to me, didn't you? So Sakura's done a great job of putting together this sketch mock-up of how it's going to work. And
doodle.
A doodle, yeah. It's a bit of a fancy doodle, but that's the artist's impression of the box, the rando bag that we're going to end up with. But we're pretty tired. We've turned the living room into a bit of a bomb site. So yeah, I think that's the end of this episode of TriRealHard, and we'll catch you on the next one.